Ever dreamed of getting rich while you sleep? Even with a mountain of debt? Sounds crazy, right? But what if I told you it's not just possible, it's the playbook of the truly wealthy? Most people are financially struggling, stuck in ineffective hamster wheels, believing harder work or a fancy degree is the answer. Wrong. I'm living proof. Ever wondered why so many people constantly battle money woes despite their best efforts? The truth is, financial literacy is broken. We don't learn it at school or at home. We're taught obedience, security, not independence. We're groomed for good grades, prestigious universities, and stable jobs. But nobody teaches us how to actually *generate wealth, to achieve financial freedom. The shocking part? Many economics and finance professors don't know how to thrive either. Why? Basic arithmetic doesn't build empires. Knowing the price tag doesn't multiply your net worth. That's the root of so much frustration. I was a prime example. I failed miserably until I was 26. No degree, stuck in dead-end jobs, scraping by on $4,000 a year. $4,000. Barely enough to survive. Deep in debt, spending more than I earned. If anyone had said I'd be a millionaire, I'd have laughed. Then one book changed everything. Reading Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich was a revelation. He described this invisible current, like a river, with those who prosper on one side and those who drown in poverty on the other. The difference isn't luck, talent, or education. It's mindset. How you think about money dictates whether it flows to you or slips through your fingers. Honestly, what's your gut reaction to the word money? Fear? Insecurity? Guilt? Anger? If so, you might be subconsciously fighting the current of abundance. I get it. I felt that way for years. I grew up hearing, money is the root of all evil, money can't buy happiness, rich people are greedy. I self-sabotaged, rejecting what I craved, unconsciously believing it was wrong. The scariest part? Most people do this without realizing it. Neuroscience shows our beliefs about money solidify by age 7. 7. Your financial life might be steered by ideas formed when you were barely walking. But there's a solution. The problem isn't what's in your bank account, it's what's in your head. I remember a poignant moment early in my transformation. Cleaning an office, I found a $20 bill. At the time, that was more than I had in my account. I could have kept it. But something told me, this isn't yours, yet. I left it on the desk with a note. The owner called the next day, you have integrity. With discipline, you'll go far. He became a mentor. One simple act, during a time of hardship, changed my trajectory. So, where do you start? Begin internally. Examine your thoughts about money. When you see someone with a fancy car, do you feel envy, anger, or inspiration? When you check your bank balance, do you feel fear or control? The first step is identifying these beliefs, analyzing them, and questioning, is this true, or something I've absorbed without critical thought? Many people carry an internal image of scarcity. They see themselves as perpetually struggling, unable to dream big, not destined for wealth. This self-image creates a self-fulfilling prophecy. Until you change your self-image, nothing changes externally. It's like trying to change your reflection without changing your face. It won't work. So, I invite you on a journey of mental, not financial, re-education. Because, my friend, your money reflects your self-worth. And the good news? You can change this. Regardless of your age, background, debts, or starting point. I started from scratch, actually worse, in debt. And I transformed everything. Imagine what you could achieve with the right information, the right mindset, and the unwavering decision to accept nothing less than you deserve. It all begins internally. With your thoughts, your self-perception, and how much prosperity you believe you deserve. The biggest trap is believing you only earn money by trading time for money. This belief keeps millions working 40, 50, even 60 hours a week and still barely making ends meet. And the irony? They think the solution is to work even harder. As if the problem is a lack of effort. But here's a secret that changed my life: you weren't built to chase money. You were built to attract it. And a powerful way to do that is to create multiple streams of income. And no, this isn't a millionaire's perk, it's the escape route from stagnation. When I talk about multiple income streams, I'm not talking about launching multiple businesses, buying properties, or requiring significant upfront investment. No. I mean leveraging your knowledge and skills in diverse ways that generate income even when you're not actively working. Think about it: know someone who sews? They can continue making custom clothes. But what if they also made tutorial videos? Created an online course? Offered consultations? Suddenly, they have 3 or 4 income streams from the same skill. None of them require constant physical effort. That's the true power of multiplication. It's about shifting from employee mindset to creator mindset. A creator of solutions. A channel through which value flows. The difference between those who thrive and those who struggle boils down to this understanding. Wealthy individuals aren't afraid to share ideas, they build systems. They plant seeds in multiple fields. And the harvest happens in multiple places simultaneously. Did you know that, according to CNBC, about 65% of millionaires have at least 3 income streams? That's not coincidence, it's strategy, awareness, vision. While many fear job loss, these individuals know they have other avenues to maintain their financial freedom. This creates something invaluable: peace of mind. I remember a pivotal moment working with Earl Nightingale and Lloyd Conant, brilliant minds who opened my eyes to new possibilities. Lloyd said, "Bob, stop earning money only with your time. Your time is limited. But your mind isn't." That was impactful. Creating my first residual income structure, I transformed my seminar materials into an audio program, then cassettes, CDs, MP3s. The incredible part? Even while sleeping, traveling, or speaking, I was generating value, an income. I discovered I could be in multiple places at once, without leaving my chair. You can too. Maybe you're thinking, "I'm not an expert. No one wants to learn from me." That's your limiting voice trying to keep you small. Everyone knows something others don't, and that's enough to start. It could be cooking, organizing, gardening, sewing, finance, languages, music, repairs, anything. There's an audience for every skill. And where there's an audience, there's opportunity. Important caveat: don't confuse hard work with financial intelligence. A bricklayer who toils in the sun for 20 years without a raise isn't less worthy, but they're trapped in a system that doesn't allow for multiplication. Their knowledge is valuable, but until it's transformed into something replicable, teachable, systematized, they remain dependent on personal effort. Build income streams that don't require your constant presence. Streams that function even when you're sick, tired, or on vacation. That's passive income. And that generates freedom. Imagine, what if your electricity, water, and rent were paid by money that came in while you slept? What if, over time, all your expenses were covered by income independent of your direct effort? It's possible. But it starts with a decision to create, not just consume. Most people live as consumers. They buy courses, products, services. Few create. But those who create, dominate. Those who create, multiply. Those who create, prosper. So ask yourself, what do you know how to do that can be transformed? What part of your knowledge can be packaged, taught, shared, licensed, sold? You might not have the answer now, but keep searching, and you'll find it. Imagine your life in 6 months with 2 or 3 new income streams, small, but consistent. What would that bring? Peace? Security? Freedom? Time with family? Travel? Financial relief? It's all possible. It starts with the decision to move from the fixed salary logic to the logic of multiple flows. This changed my life. And it can change yours. It all begins in the mind. What you think, feel, and believe about yourself and the world shapes your financial reality more than any degree, connection, or physical effort. Your current income doesn't reflect your work, but the image you carry. Napoleon Hill brilliantly described the great invisible river, with two directions, one side leads to prosperity, the other to poverty. And what determines your side isn't your origin, age, or education. It's what you consistently think. Your thoughts create patterns that become automatic behaviors. Over time, these behaviors create your reality. Most people think about money with fear. They feel scarcity. They are constantly worried, trying to hold on to what little they have. And that thinking is like swimming against the current. It's exhausting, frustrating, and rarely gets you anywhere. Now, honestly, when you think about your financial future, do you feel light or burdened? Can you envision yourself earning more than you do today? Do you see yourself living where you've always dreamed, with peace of mind, security, free from financial worries? Many can't even imagine it. They've been so conditioned to scarcity that they don't allow that kind of thinking. And what isn't allowed in the mind never manifests in life. There's a fine line between what you think you can have and what you actually achieve. When that line is thin, everything changes. But while it's wide, you live in a repetitive cycle of limitations. This isn't empty optimism, it's neuroscience. Research at Stanford shows the brain doesn't differentiate between a real experience and a vividly imagined one. By repeatedly imagining poverty, hardship, scarcity, your brain accepts it as truth. It triggers self-protection mechanisms. You avoid risks. You doubt new ideas. You self-sabotage. All of this is invisible, unconscious. But the reverse is also true. Feed your mind with thoughts of abundance. Train your mind to see opportunities where you once saw problems. Imagine yourself thriving, your brain will work in your favor. It will create new connections, perceptions, and attitudes. It will act in accordance with this new identity. And that identity will shape a new reality. I saw this in my life. When I read Think and Grow Rich, I didn't understand everything immediately. But one sentence stuck with me: whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. And I decided to test it. I started imagining myself earning $10,000 a month. Then, $100,000. Then, $1 million. At first, it seemed ridiculous. I was still cleaning offices. But my behavior changed. I dressed differently, associated with different people, asked different questions. And then the magic happened. I started noticing opportunities that had always been there, but my old mind had ignored. Feeling stuck. Like you're drowning in debt and worry, with prosperity feeling like a distant, unattainable shore? I get it. It's easy to feel trapped by circumstances, to believe that your current reality is your only reality. But here's the game changer: it's not about changing your world, it's about changing *U star. It's about rewiring your brain, shifting your perspective from scarcity to abundance. Think of it as a mental makeover, complete system upgrade. Forget waiting for things to change before you shift your mindset. Instead, shift your mindset *to change things. Start acting * as if * you've already achieved your goals. Act wealthy, act confident, act like you already know the secrets to success. It might feel a bit like play acting at first, but it's actually powerful mental training, a form of self-hypnosis. You don't need 100% belief up front. Start with a sliver of optimism, and the rest will follow. I started with simple affirmations and still use them. I am a money magnet. Money flows to me from expected and unexpected sources. I am worthy of abundance. Initially, it felt like a sham, but gradually, my subconscious bought in. And when your subconscious believes, your reality adjusts. The real issue isn't usually a lack of money, it's a lack of a strong mental image, a clear vision of your potential, a deep-seated belief in your ability to achieve freedom, security, and fulfillment. The power to transform your life resides entirely within your mind. The problem is you're running on outdated software, a program based on fear, scarcity, and survival. But you weren't born to simply survive, you were born to thrive, to expand, to flourish. That journey begins the moment you decide to rewrite your story, to become the protagonist, the creator, instead of the victim. Make a commitment today, monitor your thoughts, challenge your limiting beliefs, and actively reconstruct your self-image. Visualize your desired life with raw emotion, intensity, and honesty. It all starts within. Change that, and everything else shifts. I guarantee it. Too many people are stuck in soul-crushing jobs, working just for the paycheck, feeling unfulfilled, uninspired, trapped. But you weren't designed to work for money. Money should be a byproduct. Your work should be an expression of your passion, something that ignites your soul. That's where the magic happens. Money serves two purposes: to provide comfort and elevate your creativity, and to amplify the good you do in the world. It's energy, it magnifies what's already within you. Generosity amplifies generosity, creativity expands reach. Fear repels money. Most people live in fear, constantly worried about bills, debt, survival. They don't think about creating, building, serving joyfully. They serve out of obligation, counting down the minutes until quitting time, dreading Monday, desperately awaiting Friday. Be honest, how often do you wake up genuinely excited about your day? How often are you so engrossed in your work that you lose track of time? If the answer is rarely, you might be living to earn money, not living to live. I learned this the hard way. I used to clean offices at night, alone, sometimes in the snow. It was honest work, but it was empty, purposeless. That's when I started questioning if life was just about working to pay bills and waiting for the weekend. The resounding no within pushed me to break free. I discovered the power of working for fulfillment, for self-growth, not just for a paycheck. My real job wasn't cleaning floors, it was cleaning my mind, my limiting beliefs, the idea that I was only good for that. As I cleaned internally, external opportunities emerged. I started studying, teaching, recording, writing, making a difference in people's lives. The money came, not because I chased it, but because I pursued my purpose. Money seeks those who serve with passion. When you love what you do, you become magnetic. People notice, trust you, buy what you offer, refer you, come back for more. Imagine financial security, bills paid, no money worries. What would you do with your time? Would you stay in your current job, or would you start something new? That question reveals more than any resume. It shows where your heart lies, and where your heart lies should be your focus. Flip the script. Instead of asking, what makes money, ask, what would I joyfully do every day, even if I weren't paid? That's the sweet spot where passion and purpose meet, the true path to prosperity. I know people who started from scratch, sharing their passion. A guy talking about plants in his backyard, now with millions of views, giving talks, launching products, and not worrying about money. It all started with a choice, purpose. You don't need to quit your job tomorrow, but start shifting your energy. Dedicate an hour a day to something that excites you, offer a service aligned with who you are, ask yourself daily, what brings me joy? It's not just about money, it's about peace, knowing your day mattered, building something meaningful. And the best part? When you work with purpose, the money follows unexpectedly, in unimaginable ways. The right work isn't always the most lucrative initially, it's the work that, over time, rewards you beyond expectations, with joy. When you find it, it won't feel like work at all. It's worth every step. True wealth begins within, not in your salary, job, or bank account, but in your mind, in your belief in your potential, in your expansion. When you understand that, everything changes, your mind becomes your greatest ally. If you're committed, the next step is right in front of you. Watch the video on screen, we'll climb another rung on the ladder of growth. One step in the right direction transforms your life. Let's build a better future, together. Thanks for being here, see you in the next video.